everyone, Melinda Farrell here with special guest Bharat Sundaresan here at Monica Oval for the first T20 ODI between Australia and India. All the good, the bad and the completely ridiculous from this match, although it all seemed to be centered on one particular thing. But you have sent in some suggestions. You know how this works. I'm going to go through a few of these and just tell me what you think. So Sandesh suggests good Natarajan spell, bad Australia death bowling. Let's just talk about a bit about bowling in general. That was some great bowling by India, but also Australia, Moses Enriquez. Like we actually saw I thought some really good bowling tonight. I don't know that Australia's death bowling was that bad. I thought Jadeja was just really good.
I think it was pretty bad, but we'll come to the good because I like to talk about the good first, Mel. I think you see Natarajan and Moses Enriquez, the one thing they do is they roll their fingers over the ball a lot. They bowl a lot of cutters. So of course the pitch assisted them, but Natarajan has been a revelation. He made
He's been fantastic.
Absolutely, he made a wonderful one-day international debut.
Where has India been hiding him?
I think he's been hiding himself. But he's just smashed onto the scene during the last two IPLs. This IPL in particular, he's been the best Yorker bowler in the IPL. But that was a great one-day debut, but an even T20 debut today. And Moses Enriquez, where has Australia been hiding him for so long?
I mean, there was one stage in I think it was the 12th, 13th, 14th overs. It was 3 for 7.
Yeah.
India were 3 for 7. So that was, I guess that's what I'm talking about with the good bowling. Hey, and at least Mitchell Starc had a better first over.
Mitchell Starc's got a smile back, Starkey's got a smile back, which is always good. But that was a pretty bad last over.
Yeah, okay, that was. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as his other first overs have been though. Okay, Akash AB Cricket suggests ridiculous Darcy Short's confusing innings. I don't think that was ridiculous. I think that's a nomination for bad. It was a really nothing innings. The problem is he often does that when he plays for Australia. It's like, talk about hiding, where is Darcy Short from domestic T20 competitions, the BBL?
Yeah, but the Indian fans are used to this Darcy Short because he's tried his luck in the IPL, but this is the Darcy Short we unfortunately get in the IPL most times. And I think if not for what happened in the innings break, which I'm sure we'll come to, people would have really jumped on Darcy Short a lot more, but everybody was just talking about concussion, substitutes, and Darcy Short just was allowed to play this innings, which was...
It was just a nothing innings.
It was a nothing innings.
It was so nothing.
It went nowhere. There was so much happening around him.
It didn't start, it didn't finish. You just looked up and it was like, he got a few runs.
He was like the guy in the bus stop. He wasn't either getting into the bus stop, neither was he asking my bus to... He was just there.
He was there. That's not ridiculous for me. That's going in the bad pile. Sure. Okay. Now, I'm putting these two together. So Mohit Adwani says Hardik's catch was good, drop catch by Kohli was bad, whereas Mohammad Zishan says ridiculous should surely be Kohli's dropped catch. We have seen the best and worst. Hello, bye guys. It's late. We sort of saw the best and worst of India's fielding, of the good and bad of India's fielding, which has generally been really bad so far on this tour.
Mostly.
Yeah, and that's the second time Kohli's let the ball just go through his legs.
Do you think it has to do with all those bugs there? There are 1,000 bugs, million bugs and moths just flying. There were some that came and smashed on the window of the press box. So I think while he was looking up, he was thinking more about, should I keep my mouth open or my mouth closed? And in all that, the ball just slipped through his hands and almost still. Almost.
Yeah, well, almost. But also, the moths, maybe they make things disappear because they made the ball tracker disappear as well.
Well, yeah. Do you really want to get me talking?
No, that's not a nomination. Okay, that's fielding.
There's something wrong with that.
Now, Hitchy. Here we go. Here it is. Hitchy says good, Jadu batting, bad, India's fielding, ridiculous, and I mean ridiculously good, Chahal as concussion sub. I do like Lawrence Jamison suggesting good Jadeja bowling performance.
Loved it. Yeah.
Look, there's so many. Viv, bad was asking a concussion sub, very unsporting. Ridiculous decision by Boon to allow that request. Jack, ridiculous allowing a player who wasn't assessed on ground to be subbed out. allowing a leg spinner to replace an all-rounder. There were so many of them. Now, I don't think it was that much of a controversy, and this is probably a very controversial thing to say, but for me, it was, we've had concussion subs. Steve Smith, he batted on when he was originally hit by Jofra Archer and then replaced by Marnus Labuschagne.
And look at what has happened to him since.
Ended up half winning the series.
Exactly, and like 18 months, the best 18 months any young cricketer has had in a long time. I think it made for good TV, like what Justin Langer and David Boon did, like because like this series so far, this tour so far there's been too much bonhomie. Everybody's been hugging each other. Today we saw before the day's play, like Indian and Australian cricketers having a mid-pitch conversation. So we were looking for something to happen, but
a lot of people were saying he should have been checked at the end of the. There has to be checked at the end of the over. But the thing is, it was the last over when he got hit on the head. So, and he said he was dizzy. Look, the like-for-like thing is something that's a bit different. As soon as it came in, this whole thing about concussion subs, the difficult thing is always going to be finding a true like-for-like sub, because there aren't that many in cricket, really. Let's face it, are there?
And Chahal doesn't have a beard the way Ravindra Jadeja does. He has a little goatee, so he's not really like-for-like, but he does turn the ball the same way. But in all seriousness, he's a specialist spinner. Ravindra Jadeja is a specialist spinner, so as like for like as it can get.
The best part for me was that Chahal came on and got player of the match. And I actually think we should have gone to them together, mate.
I'm sure he has to go and share it in the dressing room.
Can we have Chaheldra? I think it should have been Chaheldra. That should have been it. Chaheldra was definitely the player of the match. So the winner, who have you got? Like, what's your winner for the good?
I think T Natarajan for me is the good. I would say bad is Darcy Short. Ridiculous is people just making a big deal out of this whole like-for-like business. But I think my joint good is Langer and Boon. Finally, we have something going here.
Okay, yeah. So you're wrong on all of them. Oh. No, actually, I'll give you Darcy Short, because the good for me is definitely Boon and Langer going at it. Yeah. That's the winner for good. And I think the ridiculous is just ridiculous that we had Chaheldra winning player of the match, and that's ridiculously good, not ridiculously bad. That's it. Thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
See you in Sydney.